Yo, what's good, everybody? It's BGT. Here is some of my game footage that I got over the course of the U17 season. I coached this team for about 6 months, and it's getting pretty good. The stuff that we're learning through this season, the stuff that we're learning through these games is helping us grow a lot. And one of the best things from this footage is learning how you can get better. And I really think that if you commit to the process of analyzing this footage and seeing those moments and bringing them to light, then you're gonna get a whole lot better. And so without further ado, let's get into the video.
First thing you'll see on this defensive play, you end up looking at the ball. You should be jumping right over here to get in front of that defender and not allow the front cut, which happens from this backdoor screen right here. In Leaf, you have to not point and say, get to your man. You have to identify that that's the biggest threat, and you have to slide in and step in front of that front cut to take it away. The next defensive possession is the exact same thing, which is getting in front of that passing lane and making him have to go behind you. And if they want to get him that ball, they're going to have to throw it over the top of you, which we like that a lot more defensively. And Leaf, again, you're just pointing. You telling him, get over. But he just got hit with a screen. You got to be able to slide over as well and take that away. Leaf, you decide to throw it over top of a defender rather than headmanning it to Daman, who's athletic, a great finisher, and can create something in transition. Like, that's where Daman can really, really shine. Next defensive possession. Leaf, you're concerned about your man rather than getting to the rim and stopping layups. Because we don't do that, we give up an easy layup. You should be getting right here, okay, on this offensive trip. Finnely, you're going down to set this down screen, but you don't set it. You just go there, you do like you set it. Stay there when you set the screen. Finnely, if you just stay where you are, we could swing that to the corner, and now Owen would be keeping the defender in between the screener and himself, which is the goal of off the ball screens. Okay, on this defensive possession, Leaf, you're in the help position. Llyam, you're getting into the help position. But neither of you actually get here where the green arrow is pointing, and that would have stopped the drive. And it probably would have been a great charge opportunity. But we don't do that. Instead, we settle by being under the rim, and we just give up a layup. Okay, here's another down screen example. Damian, you go and you set it for literally half a second, and then you leave. Set it. Stay there until we get the advantage. Force that defender to make a decision. And right here, you're not setting the screen at all. You're just looking for Owen. There's no advantage being set. I hope you guys are understanding what I'm trying to show you. Damian, next play. You're bringing the ball up. You're dribbling. Defense is on you. What are you doing with the ball? You're not actually doing anything. Our play is to pass it to the wing so that the ball handler can then run off of the elbow back screen, and then that back screener can come set the screen. That's P1. So why are we not getting into our go-to offense? Defense senses the hesitancy. Defense senses the uncertainty. Now, bro, like they're attacking it. Here, first problem. Daman, catch it on the wing. If we set up at the wing, now we have a backdoor opportunity. Also, the screen is going to be more effective. Aidan, you have to run off that back screen. Llyam, you have to set that back screen, which you don't do. We set the screen, and look, you roll it, and Damon's defender chooses to stay with you. This is a great advantage, except for the fact that you don't actually take advantage of the advantage. You have to seal him. You should stay right there, right here where you are, and just keep that defender on your back.
You have to start learning how to use sealing techniques to, when you get an advantage, how do I keep it? Call for the ball right here. Now I have a layup.
Daman tries to attack the big man, which he's successful, except defense then takes that drive away, which Daman, you don't make the kick to Aidan. Instead, you try and shoot it over top of two people. So you're going to drive, recognize that defense is likely going to collapse and get into that help defensive spot, and you got to pass it out. Okay, Leaf, you run in the pick and roll. This screen is being set. You're not tight off the screen. There's no advantage going to be set. The defender didn't have to do anything. He didn't have to make a decision. We created zero advantage. You choose to reject the screen. Daman, you set the down screen. Your teammate's gonna pop, looking for their shot. You're looking for your post up or your slip, your cut to the basket. This is our bread and butter, y'all. This is how we're gonna get easy looks. Y'all are lifting up to the wing. For what reason? Two defenders guarding both of y'all. Zero advantage being created. And right after this play, what happens? They headman the ball, and look, three of y'all, Daman, Aidan, Leaf. Y'all are back to stop the play, except you're at half court rather than running all the way back to the rim and stopping the layup. Here we're bringing the ball up.
Let's go, Impact!
You're going to choose to reject the screen. We have 3 on side, which is not our structure, but it's a transition situation. So let's see if we can catch the defense off guard. Leaf, you get this guy stumbling, bumbling, fumbling, rumbling, but you should just spin to the middle and attack that, or you should shoot this fade. But you don't. You pass it out and you turn it over. So I don't understand how you so confident at shooting your threes, your step back threes, but then when it comes to the post up, you told me your bread and butter is the mid range. So, bro, you could be doing what I do: catch it at the mid post, face them up, give them a bucket. That's your game right here. You could have done it. What are you doing? Attack, get a bucket. And here we're supposed to run zoom. This is not zoom.
A play that works at every level.
A, we didn't run zoom. B, this is literally the first pass of the possession, and you're going to do a step back 3 over the defender. So Daman, good job using this pick and roll. You come off pretty tight, but Llyam, you're slipping it. For what reason? Stay there and actually set the screen. Make sure you get great contact. And now the defender doesn't really have anything he has to fight over. Leaf, we try to run zoom. You try to pop it. Daman, you're supposed to run to the corner. And Leaf, you're calling for the ball right here, but that's not the point. You need to seal the guy. You need to make contact. And you don't go towards the ball until it goes over the top of you. If the ball is already in the air and the defender can just run to you, this is exactly what's going to happen. He's just going to steal it. So you need to maintain contact, maintain that seal. And then once the ball is over top of you, then you go, you get it, and we run the play. Okay, last play right here. Llyam flips it to Daman. Daman's going to use the pick and roll. But Llyam, again, right here, you don't even set the screen. You're just there and then you move. It's like the same thing on our down screen. Stay there. Force the defender to have to get around you. You're slipping, but there's no reason to slip. The big man isn't hedging. If that big man was up closer to Daman, then you actually have a slip. But he doesn't do that. Your advantage here, Llyam, would probably be to pop. But you roll, and that big man does go and stop the layup. Okay, you get an okay look at the layup. Okay, so we run this pick and roll. Daman drives by his defender. I broke that down. I'm going to put it in here.
Daman takes it by the defense. This is what I see throughout the footage. Finnely, you cut, you're open. You have to call for it. But also, watch what happens next. You just lost your advantage. So right here, put him on your back, keep him there. You have to start learning how to use sealing techniques to when you get an advantage, how do I keep it? Call for the ball right here. Now I have a layup. Demand that ball, you're gonna get it. That's 2 points. 2 points right there. As long as you start sealing and calling for the ball.
Daman, defensively, bro. The pass, look, this is about to happen on this play too.
So defensively, you can't turn and look where the ball goes. You have to do both. Point at the ball, point at your man. Llyam, you do the same thing. and then we give up a backdoor layup. If you're going to go, it has to be an aggressive double team and going after the ball.
We run the down screen. The down screen is effective. Aidan, pass him the ball. That's the read. He has the advantage. The defender curled. You should be reading that. But instead you pass it to Leaf. The advantage is not on Leaf. The advantage is on Llyam. Now look. Now your man turns his head. He's looking at the ball, which just happened to Daman on the last play. Aidan, you should cut to the basket, which you start to do. Llyam, you should post up right now. Leaf, your eyes should be up. Daman, you should be calling for that ball. Make it make sense. Next play, same thing. Llyam, pass gets in. You turn in your head. You turn in your body. That gives us the back door. We should be doing that on offense. And defensively, we need to stop doing that. Pick and roll. It's not P1. It's just a basic pick and roll, which is not an ideal advantage. Aidan, you see this defender. He's digging. And so you should just kick it to the corner to Finnely to get an open three-point shot. Simple pass. You drive that defender, boom, kick it. Like that's literally a catch and shoot. That's what y'all practice all the time. You getting that look in a game. Same thing. Leaf, you drive that defender, slides over, kick it. Okay, we run this down screen this time for Leaf. Now it's the other read. The defender doesn't curl this time. Instead, the defender goes underneath. Daman, you got to pass it right now. And Llyam, you got to recognize that your guys now in front seal that. Look at the defenders on the weak side. They're not paying attention to you. We are having some success with that down screen because now the weak side defenders are paying complete attention to trying to guard that down the screen. They're not doing a good job. They should be in a help defense, but that's one of the advantages of running down screens, off the ball screens. So now we would be able to get you that and you would have a layup, but we don't pass it fast enough to Leaf. Llyam, you don't even seal. You actually take away your advantage by trying to go in front, but okay. Are you going to post up? Not really. You just standing there. The post up is get your elbow into his chest and create separation, right? Make yourself wide. I talked about this in a video. I'll play it right now.
My elbow and my arm are creating an arm bar. This creates separation in addition to the fact that I have my hand all the way out here. Now, if he wants to try and get it, good luck, because he has so much distance to cover. And because of my strength advantage, he's gonna have a tough time getting by this. So now I get the ball and I can go to work. But that's not always the case. Sometimes this guy might be good, really aggressive. So when that's the case, you're really aggressive, Thomas, this might not work. He's changing positions, he's working hard, he's low, he's ball, I got ball. And that defender might be good. So when he's up here, he's saying ball, no post entry, ball. Now we're in trouble. I don't want to give up. I still want to see if I can go to this thing. So instead, what I'm going to do, instead of creating separation, I'm going to get real solid. Wide feet this way to keep him on my back. Bounce pass, now I got it again. Last thing about catching is where is my hand? If I'm taller than him, I want to call it for up here. That's my advantage. Sometimes you're not taller, sometimes it's even and he's an aggressive defender, so that's when we go to a bounce pass.
Down screen again, defender curls. Llyam, why are you popping? Daman, what are you doing? You're driving into two defenders and you better do a handoff right here, but guess what? You don't. You could spin right here and attack middle. There's three defenders able to trap the corner spot. Make it make sense. Next thing, you pass it, your defender's head is turned, cut back door, please. But you don't. You stand there. This next possession, we're going to talk about boxing out right here. Don't step into the key. Step up the line. Because then you're going to carve out more space in front of you and increase your chances of getting that rebound. But instead, you stepping into the key. Look, there's not even any aggression. You're just standing under the rim. So fix that. Down screen. It's a curl. Leaf, you're not even reading your defender. Make the right reads so now you can be dominant. This is fundamental stuff. You got to get on top of this. You should curl this. Defenders following over top of the screen, curl it. Aidan, you should be ready to pass this. If he's going to try and cheat to one side like how he is right now and he's playing you at half court, cross it to the middle, attack the middle. You still have to read the very first thing in front of you. There you go. That's how you should do it, Aidan. You see how that defender's trying to bump up on Daman, come up on Daman? What's Daman do? Get off me, little fella. So right here, Daman, you could spin. If you get that your right foot behind that defender's left foot and you'll have the advantage. You can attack middle, but you actually try to drive it. Okay, so a couple things on this play. Right now, defender is following Leaf, so it should have been a curl. Look at the weak side. Finnely just rejects that, but Finnely, you gotta seal this. What happens? You leave the play. Try and get that seal first. Demand that ball. That's the advantage. If we get that, it's a layup. Daman, you're driving by your defender, yes, but you're driving into another defender and you're shooting over top of Llyam's defender and your defender's ready to try and block you from behind. Like, guys, it doesn't make sense. Okay, transition defense. We're jogging back.
Get there.
Right here. You're back in help, Leaf. But you should see that number 27 is running to the rim untouched. You react way too late. Aidan, if you're going to run the pick and roll, you have to come off tight off of this screen. Look at all of this space between you and Leaf. And Daman, why are you running to half court? Run an off the ball screen. You know, like, it just doesn't make sense. Leaf attacks to the middle. And that's a good kick out. Llyam, just shoot this. Why are you driving into the defense? Leaf, right now you should be in help side as the help defender. On this example, we run an off the ball screen. Llyam, if you cut to the basket right now, you're wide open. That defender is not paying attention to you. This defender went over the top of the screen. Now you have a post up. We should get you that. Leaf, there's a dribble handoff opportunity right here with Daman. But instead you try and drive and pick it up at the 3-point line to do a floater over top of a defender. You had a dribble handoff with Daman. You had a post up with Llyam. And instead you're going to, no. Okay, this play, we run and zoom. Leaf, we talked about this. Better job. You seal him, and once the ball's more over top of you, that's when you release the seal to go after the ball. Aidan, this is not zoom. If you were at the elbow, you're supposed to go to the corner, then use Damon's down screen to come get a dribble handoff from Leaf, and then Llyam setting a back screen for Daman. Now you're looking for that bounce pass to Daman for a bucket. Right now, Leaf has a post up. Leaf, can you call for that? Instead, Damon's driving. But Daman, when we drive and we see that defender slide in, we should be kicking that. Because, guys, it's not just that we get a good look. It's that we're building the type of basketball that makes us want to play and makes us locked in.
What's up, everybody? We're going to take a look at some of this game film we have from our tournament at Hoop Dome. First play, Damon's going to pass it to the wing to Leaf, get a nice open look. We like it, except the only thing is, Daman, when you go to pass it, you might as well use a pass fake to help you get it around that defender that's in front of you. Next play, this is a really good charge opportunity, and it's something you guys want to continue to be a part of. So, as you can see right here, this guy tries to bump you with his shoulder into your chest, and he's not allowed to do that if you flop. Here, there's no call because you just kind of go along with it. But if you flop right here, you're going to get that call, and he's going to get the foul, and it's going to be our ball. Next play, Damon's bringing the ball down the court, and he does a good job of looking at the rim and making that defender bite on his pump fake. Then we have really good backdoor here by Aidan, because if you notice, this defender on the bottom weak side, he's not looking at Aidan at all. And so as a result, Aidan, you backdoor and you give Daman a great angle to deliver a bounce pass. You don't make it, but we're going to make those in the future. So that's a great back cut. Continue to do that. And then we have a great skip to the open man. Leaf takes advantage of that closeout, and then he's able to do a pass against that help defender. So that's also really good. That's something we want to continue to do. That help defense slides over and stops dribble penetration. You do a good job of finding the open man on the weak side, and we get a great look out of it. 3-point shot, those are going to fall. Next thing, simple outlet pass. This is something we want to continue to do. Just headman the ball, get it up the floor. It's going to create open looks, open opportunities, just like this 3-point shot right here. Another good take.
Good pump fake. Now, here in this situation, Daman, you'll have two people. Damian, this isn't really the opportunity to set a ball screen. Instead, what you want to do is you want to go to that nail, which is that free throw line area, and you want to call for the ball right there. That's going to give us the best advantage. Instead, you kind of try to do a screen, and what that does is it just allows the defense to continue to double and apply pressure. Daman does a great job of being able to evade the two defenders and keep the dribble alive, and as a result, the defense collapses, the defense has to rotate, and we're able to find somebody for a layup. But moving forward, if we ever face that situation where there's a double team on the ball handler, we want to get to open space, and then we want to make ourselves very, very open and allow the ball handler to use their triple threat, use their pass fakes to get it around the double team. Next play here, good head man. As we can see, the ball's moving. Then they pass it over. Now defense is starting to scramble. That's going to open up different opportunities for us. Damian does a good job of using a pass fake, and then that fakes out the defense, which allows us to swing it over to Aidan and get a great three-point shot. Here we playing some defense. We get the rock. We throw it up to Damian. Damian is able to keep the dribble alive. And good patience right here. You understand that defense is already back. One's applying heavy ball pressure, another one's already in help defense. So you have patience. Who are my trails? Who are the people trailing me? Those are often really good opportunities and often lead to really good open looks, just like there. Daman knocks it down. Next play, we have it at the top. We swing it. Great. Now we dribbling, we attacking. And Damian does a nice move, nice sweet move, takes it by the defense up and under. So analysis here today, just, pointing out some of the things that you did well and some of the things that we want to continue to do. So keep that up, continue to build on those things, and keep focusing on building those good habits. Let's go.
So here, defense going straight up. We get called for the foul. Here, good little drive to the left with a high floater. Woo! And simple passes. Simple pass to the corner, skip pass, gets it to the high post, draws the and one. Here we skip it to the wing, into the high post, go back down dribble, skip pass to the corner, knock it down. Daman, he's guarding the ball handler. And the pick and roll is starting to go now. So right here, Leaf, you're supposed to be over here in the help spot and stop that pass. The ball handler chooses to pass it over to the wing, even though the big was completely open. The big's not even looking at the ball. The defense collapses completely. Everybody's on the ball. You're not supposed to do that. But here we're bringing the ball up the floor. Ball handler sees that the defense is back, slows it down, protects the dribble. Here's a good rebound, good put back. Nice and simple and efficient. Didn't dribble the ball, didn't need to, just puts it back up, goes to a go-to move. Here, Leaf is going, dribbling, simple ball movement. Now watch here, Llyam notices how the defender is approaching the ball. So what does Llyam do? Llyam goes the opposite direction, and he's low, and he uses his off arm to protect, as you can see right there. Or Leaf, who's driving the ball, needs to see that the help defender is there. So that help defender is there. Don't continue to drive through that. Make the simple pass. Pass it to the baseline, make that shot. Watch why it's so important to go up the line on a box out during the free throw. Because right here, our two players, Leaf and Damian, are able to drive the other players under the basket, which is why you got to step up the line and create as much distance between you and the basket as possible, so that when the rebound comes, it's more likely to fall in front of you. And here, vice versa, we are the ones that are not going up the line. Instead, we're going into the key. Look at Damian, he's walking towards the rim. Why would you do that? What you want to do at the line or at the box house in general is back them up, create as much distance as you can, carve out as much space as you can in front of you from the rim, so that if the ball were to miss and bounce off the rim, now you're able to get it. First thing you want to do on that high post entry, catch, chin, look. First thing, quick spin. So he reads, as soon as he catches, he reads that the defense is right on his back. He feels the defense leaning, so it's a quick spin. That's a read you want to be able to do. Leaf executes that effectively right here. Good steal by Llyam. Offensive player turns his head. Defense is moving around. Offense, you don't got to do much. You pass it, you move a little bit. And defense is like running around trying to stop you. So you just get open looks. Here is one of the things that I talked about in a recent video. You have a high post entry, and then you have a good face up by Leaf to see the floor. And what does Finnely do? One of the things we should all look to do, which is when you're in the corner, you do a backdoor cut. And talked about that in a recent video. I'll play it right here. Oftentimes when you're in that corner spot, these help defenders may lose track of you and their head is completely focused on the ball, which gives you opportunities to cut backdoor just like this. So whenever you guys are in this type of situation, in that corner spot, pay attention to your defenders. Are their eyes staring at you, or are they staring at the ball? Just like this possession when I was playing at Conestoga, Terrell Lloyd with the backdoor cut, bucket. So keep that stuff in mind, and you're gonna get a lot of layups by doing that. Here, another high post entry, and that's just bread and butter. That high post, that mid post, so smooth. Here's a good up and under move by Llyam. Good post play. And yeah, a little dive, a little drive and dish right here. Good defense, hounding the ball. Here we're bringing the ball up, and the ball handler, Daman, is aggressive. As you can see, the defense tries to stop it, but he picks it up over the top and takes it to the rim. He goes underhand finish, and gets it to fall over top of the help defense. Couple different teams. We played 4 games this tournament. That's all it is, man. Keep getting better every day. Later. Yo, what's good, everybody? It's BGT. Hey, let's take a look at some of this game film from my U17 team's last tournament. First play, we got a good reversal to the top. Get an open 3-point shot. This next play, look at the utilization of the pass fake. Gets the defender to turn their head and look the opposite way. And then it's a reverse pivot into an entry pass in the low post. And we're able to bring it up the floor as a result. So good way to break double teams and break pressure. Here we got a good floater. Notice how the defense is already set up. They're already getting ready to do a jump and contest the shot. So this is good awareness by Leaf to jump straight up into the air and do a little floater. Next play, there's an entry pass into the low post from the other team. A good back down dribble, gets the rebound. And notice here how they use the pass fake, and it shifts one of our players, and they're able to take it to the basket as a result. So whenever you're facing a lot of defense, those pass fakes are very effective. And here we have good ball movement into a kick out. So that's a really effective way to get good looks for a team in a 5-on-5 setting, even a 4-on-4 or 3-on-3 setting. Here we got a good swing, a quick pass into the high post. So good ball movement again. There, the first thing that we should do when we get it into the high post is catch it, chin it, look at the floor, see what's in front of you. You might have a sense of that there's nobody on you. Then, okay, you can turn right away and go. But if not, here there's a good double team, good defense, a quick outlet pass. And here, let's talk about this finish. It's outside, inside foot, jump and pump into your finish. Leading with that shoulder to create separation and make contact with the defense. finishing outside the body. Gets the call, goes to the line. Great way to draw fouls by being aggressive in transition and attacking the basket. Here we have a good three-point shot at the top. Good rotation on the defense. Good aggressive take. Notice how the player is leading with their shoulder, driving to the basket, getting the defense under the hoop. Notice this play right here. Driving it, brings the ball over the top to protect it, a bounce pass into the high post, and a backdoor layup, and a backdoor cut. That gets the defense shifting, moving. It opens things up. We get a skip pass to the other side. We get a good look. And that's the video. You guys can learn some things from that, like passing it into the high post and then going back door for an open cut, or just making the defense move. Also, when you catch it in the high post or the low post, chin the ball, protect it, get those elbows out, then face up. Look at what you have. So keep those things in mind. Keep getting better every day. See y'all in the next video. Yo, what's good, everybody? It's BGT. I'm here with Adam in the home. So first play, Leaf taking the ball to the basket. He's aggressive, able to get his own rebound, stuck with it. So one of the things that you need to do on the free throw is you need to go up the line. Notice how our players aren't really going up the line, right? Does that look like it's going up the line to y'all?
No.
Not really. They're stepping into the middle of the key. So what we need to do instead is step up the line. That way you can create more space for your rebound, increase the chances of getting that rebound. Next play, Adam's driving, and he swings it back. He reverses it back to the top. Llyam gets a nice pump fake, side step, is able to knock it down. This next one, they're on offense again, pushing the ball up. So one of the things, we got to get back on defense, right? Like right here. Here, look, you're at the half court line. One of the habits that we need to develop as a team and players should implement into their own habits is sprinting back on defense right away and getting to the rim, so that way you stop all the layups. Okay, we are able to retain possession on that. Damian drives baseline, got a nice little pump fake, reverse layup. Okay, Damian. Next play, Adams at the top, uses the pick and roll from Leaf, and defense just loses track of Finnely. Finley's able to go back door for the layup. Good aggressive take by Daman, utilizes a nice step over. He brings that ball high over the defense and uses good footwork to get to the cup. Shot goes up. Aidan's behind his man. Leaf's just looking up, staring at the ball. We got to break that habit. You got to find who's the closest guy to you and make contact, get them behind you.
I have a question.
Yeah.
So, as the shot's going up,
Yeah.
what should I be doing?
One of the things that you should do is make sure you box out the guy at the top, because what if that guy was crashing? So right here, you can just be more scrappy for the ball. Good closeout by Adam. But you didn't stop his drive right there, so gotta be ready to shuffle and try and keep him in front. Same thing here, yeah. You know, you gotta be in that state of mind where it's like you're gonna keep this guy in front. One of the good techniques you can do to visualize that and help you do that is, okay, I'm gonna keep this guy in between my feet. So you're in your defensive stance and you're gonna keep him in between your stance, in between your legs, right? Your knees. Keep that guy in between your feet.
Hey.
Yes, sir. And one. Let's go.
Free throws.
Now let's see if the other team goes up the line. Number 18 with the green shoes does a decent job of being aggressive. Could be better, and how could it be better? By being closer to Leaf in that initial box out, having a more narrow stance. Feet are more closer together towards that upper hash mark. Here, Leaf doing what he does, knocking it down from 3.
Tough.
And here, back to back. Can't get that one to fall, but Damian puts himself in a position to get that offensive rebound.
And then this guy's doing a great job off the layup, you know, like, great layup. Great, amazing.
Here we're rotating on defense. We got that 2-3 zone going.
You gotta guard that tall guy.
He's able to finish. He got that length, but that was solid defense. Here they're in transition, and see, the first thing we should do is get back. And here, Daman needs to change the way that he plays this transition defense. So see, Daman right now needs to sprint to that low block right here. Because if he sprints there and gets there earlier, now he's in a position to take a charge, because that guy's going to go through his chest, draws the offensive foul, or at least he's going to make him, stop. He's going to stop the layup. But instead, you try and block it or contest it as they're shooting it. At this level, less success. It's more effective at these levels to get to that block. It's more fundamental way of stopping it. It's more consistent, more reliable way. Transition attempt. Here we're in transition. Leaf stops and pops for 3, knocking it down. And we'll go last play right here. They're bringing the ball up. And we just got to get in front right there. So we ended up losing this game by 10 points. But next game, we won 90-48.
Yeah.
This guy dropped 40. And we got another game in an hour. So we're going to get ready.
Pre-game nap.
Yeah. Keep getting better every day. Everybody, it's BGT. Here we're going to take a look at some of our game film from our OBL tournament. We played in Ottawa. Here we're playing North York. But here it's a good tip the other way. Able to make a good bounce pass to the weak side. You're going towards the defense, right? You get the foul call, but you could have just bumped, led with your right shoulder, finished with your left hand. On this play, some good ball fakes to be able to swing that to the wing, and a good find by Daman and a good back cut by Damian to get behind the defense and get a layup. Here we have a good pass out. Another good drive. The defense collapses. We kick it out to Aidan, who's able to knock down the 3-point shot. Could have even been a and one. Here's a good pass to the weak side and immediately catch. Efficient, very effective, very decisive catch, quick attack to the basket. Is able to take advantage of the closeout. Right here, good defensive intensity, but there's no help on that ball screen, and that dunk pass. So help defense needs to be way more active and way more into play. Here, good drive. Defense tries to stop the drive, and that opens up the shooter. So good awareness by Adam to be able to pass that out when we're at the free throw line. One of the things that we need to be aware of is the matchups that we're against. If you are next to a guy, if you're on the offensive block and you're trying to get the offensive rebound, you need to take a look at the guy that's next to you and determine, am I stronger than this guy and I can push him and bury him under the basket so that I can get a better chance for the rebound? If that's the case, then you need to start very close to the hash mark, close to the other guy that's on the bottom block, and push him under the rim, take advantage of your strength and size advantage. But if that's not really the case, then what you want to do is you want to be further away from that bottom block, from that bottom hash mark, and instead try and take advantage of going through the middle of the key. That way you can kind of avoid that physical contact and take more of a tactical approach towards getting that rebound.
Yo, what's good, everybody? It's BGT. Let's take a look at some of this stuff that the players on my U17 team filled out at the beginning of the season. And we're going to reflect and talk a little bit about how they progressed and just kind of talk a little bit about the season in general. So let's get it started. First player here that I have a form from was Owen. Now, Owen stopped about halfway through the season, but he's a great kid and he was always very attentive, always paying attention and absorbing the information. So he was always very focused. Grades were really good, 90%. So education is important. When you have good grades, then it influences the coach's decision. They see you as somebody who is diligent, conscientious, and therefore is more likely to view you highly. And he wants to be seen as a confident person, and he wants somebody that people are able to put trust into. He wants to be seen as respectful and humble, and these are definitely things that I view him as, and I would say that his teammates view him like that as well. All right, moving on. We got Manjot. After high school, he's interested in being a police officer. He says he wants to be in good shape and have a good job and take care of his family. Those are admirable characteristics and admirable aims. Always getting rebounds, and he did a good job of getting into the post and finishing around the basket. So how would he describe himself in 5 words? He says smart, strong, defensive-minded, and a rebounder. All right, on to the next one. Llyam. He hasn't thought a lot about what he wants to do after high school, but he told me that he's getting recruited to college, so let's go, man. Good for you. He says he wanted to become a more outgoing person and become more confident and smarter. And this guy was one of the most outgoing players on the team. So when he said that initially in the paper, I was a little bit, confused because he was outgoing already. And so he's a very talkative guy, and he has, a lot of confidence and assertiveness. So this outgoing guy, but also a little bit, over the top sometimes. Which coach had the most impact you on why? He said his Guelph Griffins coach made him run until he died, but it made his conditioning better. He said he would describe himself as a player as open-minded, have good court vision, hustle. He's positive. This guy was pretty negative some of the times, harping on his guys, harping on his teammates and stuff like that. But during the course of the season, things start to get a little bit frustrating. They want the ball more. Next up, Finnely. He said the best advice he ever got was that coach telling him what his weaknesses were and what he needed to improve on. Which what I told the team a lot during the course of the season and was a big priority was using off-the-ball screens, teaching them how to use down screens and setting back screens. I would also say that, he had good chemistry with some of the players on the team, and he came off the bench most of the time, but when he went in there, he was able to fill the role, and he started to execute some of the things like sealing techniques. And that's another priority that we made during the course of the season. Damian, some of his passions outside of basketball are fashion and weightlifting. We did some strength work this season, and says ball is very important to him as well as family. He didn't have a lot of experience, and his coordination was a little bit funky. But the thing with Damian, man, is that he was able to get offensive rebounds, and he was a hustler, and
Yeah, man, he just got after it, and somehow he just got some buckets. Like, he would get offensive rebounds and putbacks, and he was probably the player that reiterated the information I was talking about and sharing the most. Like, he would, say, oh, there's that ceiling technique, or he would be, referencing the stuff I'm talking about on my videos, and he started to implement those things, and he had success. Daman said that he got 90s. He had pretty average grades, but he's focused on getting 90s. He said he's athletic, dynamic, enthusiastic, he's competitive, and he's a leader. I would agree to those things. The best advice he ever got from a coach was to train like you do, train like how you play in a game. He said basketball is a big priority in his life, that he would go the extra mile to get better. And last but not least, Aidan Simple. He got cut from a lot of teams, but he kept playing, kept working, and he had some good moments this season. One game, had like a 30-point game. Off the ball movement was good. Talked a little bit about his goals. He said he wanted to become stronger, get better at getting by defense. He says he's interested in playing at the next level, but said it was not very realistic. His size is undersized, but if you get in the weight room, take care of your nutrition, and you continue to put in the work and you continue to prioritize basketball, then you can play at the next level. So that's everybody on the team. There was a couple players that joined later in the season, so they didn't fill out these forms. There was a lot of changes, a lot of adapting, and share my knowledge, share the information that I've learned over the course of my career thus far. And yeah, man, I'm getting better every day.
I used to feel so devastated. At times I throw